been in the Navy?
Oh, me blow me life.
I'm Jamie Britt.
And I'm Heath Britt.
And together we are E14. We have 40 years of naval service.
And each week we discuss a potpourri of topics, which we like to call smoke pit topics.
These are real world topics that concern us, our marriage, and our Navy with a sailor twist.
So join us each week as we dive into the deep end.
Booyah! Hey everybody, welcome back to E14 Podcast. I'm Jamie Britt.
And I'm Heath Britt.
And the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of our own and not the United States Navy or my command.
So take it or leave it. All right, I didn't get into it, babe. Where the fuck you been? I'm over here holding it down on my shoulders.
Disappearing off the face of the earth. That's where I've been.
Babe, here's the deal. Well, while you've been gone, I hate to say, I've been kind of killing it.
You have. I've been listening. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the solo podcast.
Were you fangirling?
Yeah.
So
you went solo.
So this is going to be a little different. I'm going to interview you.
Okay.
Because people want to know.
Where I've been.
Where the hell you been?
Yeah. I didn't fall off the face of the earth, y'all.
I mean, I think.
I've been here.
There was rumors that you died.
There was not.
So what's been going on, babe? Tell the people what they need to hear.
Okay, so we started this season, and I think I got the introductory episode in before the season, quote unquote, the chief initiation season came about. So as soon as that started, I didn't know which way was up. I didn't know if it was day or night. I just was I was seasoning.
You were seasoning? It's kind of like Warren, but not.
I was initiating.
What are you drinking on?
This is a Great Lakes Brewery Christmas ale.
Christmas ale.
Yeah, with spices and honey.
Is it good?
Actually, I haven't even tried it yet, so let me take a little sipsy. Very festive.
Oh, really? You feel like all Christmas inside?
I feel Christmassy inside.
Well, the weather's kind of getting there. It's like 40 and raining.
Yeah, so this is different from the South. It actually feels like the season that you're in. So we went through pretty much the entire fall season without me being on. So I didn't get a chance to tell y'all, but the leaves were beautiful. The little smell in the air, it was cool to have Halloween when it was actually like chilly.
Yeah,
like a little nip in the air.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
So what I'm drinking on, shout out to my boy Will. He's an E8 in the Marine Corps. This is his whiskey, Blue Bolt. This is a 247th. I'll say it's 247th in memory or in celebration of the Marine Corps 247th birthday we just had.
Happy birthday, Marines.
Happy birthday, Devil Dogs, and happy late Veterans Day to everybody.
I love that meme that's like, my little brother is stinky and annoying, and if you say anything about him, I'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Marines.
Happy birthday, Marines, because they are our little like crayon eating brothers.
Yeah. Bless their hearts.
Bless their heart. They do a good job though, what they do. No, this is good. I really enjoy this whiskey. My buddy hooked me up with it. And I think he's selling it for $40-$50 a bottle, so the price point's not really bad at all. Really
good. It's a really neat bottle too.
Yeah,
he did a good job.
Really nice. Really nice. So your boy made a special appearance during initiation. Mm-hmm. Your boy Heath.
Yeah. Do we want to even talk about that? Can we even talk about that?
I can do whatever the fuck I want because I'm retired.
Yeah, I'm not.
So no, it was good. I was able to be there.
Yeah, he was able to be there for my final night.
Yeah.
And more importantly, the last part of that, the acceptance part.
Yeah, which is cool because I mean it's all on the CMC and the Chiefs mess over there at Intact Pittsburgh that allowed me. Thank you guys and gals for being so gracious to allow me to be there because it was really special for me, definitely special for Jamie, and it really brought us closer as that military thing we have in common.
Yeah, so now Heath's my brother.
Yeah, we're like Louisiana style, I guess, or Arkansas. Right? Where she's my brother.
Or West Virginia.
Kind of like Joe Dirt. You're my sister.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a long it was 6 weeks, but it felt like
6
4
years?
years. Yeah, at least 4 years. I think I aged about a 4 years in that time period. But just imagine like checking into a new command, moving to a new area, city you've never been to, you don't know anybody, and then boom, the season starts. So I had to learn locations, I had to learn people, I had to learn all the things that are required for us to learn during the season
Yeah.
about, chief history, and just it was a lot. So that's why I couldn't podcast and keep all of that up. It was high tempo.
Yeah, I get it. Because when I made chief, it was 100 years ago. Seems like. But I went to a whole new country, and I just got command a week,
Yeah.
and results came out, and I started getting the business. So I know how that feels, and it's tough. But I was able to hold it down for you, I think.
Yeah, you did a great job with the
not
kids.
toot my own horn.
No,
toot.
you did a great job with the boys. And speaking of the boys, we just got our oldest off to boot camp.
Yep.
So
getting the business right now.
we got a phone call. Well, I got one. Let's see, Wednesday night.
Or Thursday morning.
Or Thursday morning.
Early
the
Thursday
proof
morning.
of life. Hey,
Yeah.
I made it. I'm alive. And all I was like was, I love you, babe. Do good. Because I knew
he was all rehearsed, right? What did he say? What did he say?
He was like, you will get a letter in 2 to 4 weeks. And they were just yelling in the background.
I could hear him.
2 seconds. You have 1 second, whatever. And I was like, okay, I love you. Because we knew it was coming. So I knew exactly what. I wasn't worried about what his little speech was. I was worried about getting my words out.
Right. And then he was like, text my girlfriend.
Yeah. Then he was like, text him for me. Before he.
And I remember that day like it was yesterday back in 95 when I got to Great Mistakes, Illinois. And I remember they were like, you got whatever, 30 seconds or whatever it was. It wasn't a lot. And I called. And I had to call 3 or 4 times because it was late at night. My parents weren't answering the phone. Finally, my sister answered. Because before cell phones.
Yeah, you had to dial a landline.
I had a landline. That was back in the day. And my sister, I was like, hey, Cindy, love you, Cindy. Just talking shit, but it did happen. She was like, I was like, hey, where's the mom and dad? Where's dad? I need to talk to him. He's asleep. I said, Cindy, I need to talk to him. I said he's asleep like that. And all of a sudden, got the phones. I'm alive, bye. And I hung up. But I don't blame Cindy that much because if you knew my dad, you didn't wake him up unless it was 911. My dad later on corrected her, said that was 911.
That was something to wake you up over.
Yeah, but at the time, we never knew.
Yeah.
In her defense.
I mean, you were alive, so that really wasn't a 911, was it?
He wanted to talk to me.
Yeah.
It was 911, but in real life,
yeah.
I still remember that freaking sister.
So then I get a phone call the next day from this Illinois number, Great Lakes number. And I'm like, hello, I'm at a parade, so it's noisy and everything. I'm at a parade and I'm like, hello, mom, I forgot my vaccination card. Can you go to the truck and get it out? I was like, son, I'm at a parade right now. And he was like, well, can you email it to this chief that's there? And so I took down the email or whatever. And he was like, and don't use that email for any other reason except to send that vaccination card. They're telling him in the background, like no mom stuff, no mom business. How's my baby or anything like that. Yeah. But I'm a recruiter, so I get it.
Right,
I know the rules.
They can't, because every mom will be blowing their asses out every day.
Yeah. But anyway, took care of him. So I feel like, he's gone, but I also feel like he's still here because I'm still taking care of him.
Yeah, we're still wiping his ass. Yeah, like we always do.
And we got to clean his room. Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, I got to do that tomorrow. Golly, I might be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Because, it's our guest room now since we got him out the house. But it's our guest room now. And, we got company coming. Everybody wants, everybody wants to see E14 podcast.
Right. For the holidays.
They want to visit.
Yeah.
So we got to have it ready for them. But, babe, it hadn't been the same without you.
Thank you.
I've missed you.
Well, so I finished the season. And then I didn't take like the 96 or the 1 week that everybody told me to take. I didn't listen because I'm hard-headed. But anyway, I jumped right into work. And, again, I'll mention I'm in a new station, new location, new everything. So we were preparing for our station inspection or our division in the spotlight dits. And I just didn't have the opportunity to like really slow down. I had to get ready for that and make activity and find people to join the Navy. So I had a lot on my plate and I didn't feel like I had the time. But thank goodness for Veterans Day and the 3-day weekend,
Baby's back.
I'm back.
That's awesome because I need that. I need that whatever you bring that correctiveness to me.
Whatever I bring.
Well, I was about to state it.
Okay.
You bring the like, no, this is the way it should be kind of thing.
Mhm.
You humble me, which I need a lot of because I'm badass, and you're great. You ask things and you discuss things that I would never think of. You're the yin to my yang,
Oh, thank you.
and I've missed you on the show.
I've missed being on the show. I've missed you guys. I missed the topics that you've had some really great interviews thus far, and some amazing guests. And I've like really wanted to talk to them and get some insight, but you did a great job interviewing them.
I try,
Yeah, sometimes you drink a little too much and get carried away, but
that's when the best questions come, is when I'm drunk. I ain't gonna lie though, guys. The last one we did, Teacher's Pet, I was drunk.
Oh my God.
I cooked dinner after I was done though.
Yeah, you did it.
I did it. I can function.
And I came in from working. That was on a Saturday.
Yeah, you had a
wasn't it?
parade to
Yeah,
go to.
that parade.
And I came in, dinner was ready.
Yeah.
That's how I roll, guys.
Yeah.
Johnny on the spot.
He holding it down.
Holding it down. But yeah, man, I tell you what, I'm so excited. We got some stuff coming up that you get to be a part of now.
Yeah, finally.
And I'm super excited because you bring out the best in me.
Oh,
for sure. And you're nice to look at too. And you're better to look at than I am.
Well, let me tell you, this last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, how long has it been?
Since
I have no
September,
concept of
since like
time.
basically Labor Day.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about myself. I mean, I feel like I mentioned before, it was like 4 years worth, but holy cow, a lot has changed. I think in me, in my leadership, maybe not my leadership style, but just like in the way I think about things.
Yeah. You're thinking more big picture, huh?
Thinking more big picture, thinking more detail,
It was like a switch when I went through it. I remember I started thinking like, instead of like whatever division I was in, I was thinking about the ship.
Yeah.
Like how does this trickle and how does this domino effect affect the ship?
Yeah.
If I make this one decision, everything I did after that was command wide, not just division or
and
shop
I think
or
one of the
office.
big differences for me is I went from my sailors, which I was directly over, to all sailors.
Yeah, when you make chief, you have adopted about 250,000 kids.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
it's like your eyes kind of just open up and you're like, oh, I'm not just leading my sailors, I'm leading all sailors and all junior officers,
Definitely. And they all need it.
And they all look to, and it's real when they say they look to the chief. They all look, as soon as it's like, it's so crazy. You take off those first class crows and then you put on that anchor and all of a sudden people are popping tall and I'm like, I'm still the same person I was yesterday, y'all.
But it is a feeling when you go to work that next day, especially when you have a brow or you're not on a ship, obviously, but when you have a brow or you're going through a gate. Thank you, Chief. Have a good morning, Chief. And yesterday you were first class, or 2 days ago was the weekend. A few days ago you were first class. And I know your guys were still like kind of going to Chief Select or whatever, but still when they just said Chief.
Yeah.
It's like, because it's something you aspire ever since you joined the Navy.
True.
It took me a while. The first thing I aspired to be was be a first class. I thought that was cool as hell if I could be a first class. But I had some badass first classes back in the day. And then after I made first class, I was like, man, that'd be cool to be a chief. So a few years later, when I picked up chief, it was really like mind blowing almost when I walked to the ship the next day and they said, hey, good morning, chief. I was like, looking behind me like, hey,
who are you talking to?
Who the heck are you talking to?
Yeah.
But it was cool.
It's also so heavy too, because you're like, oh shit, I'm the chief now.
Anchors are heavy for a reason. I mean, I'll be honest. There's chiefs out there that don't pull their weight. It's like any job you go to, there's people that don't pull their weight. But the ones that give a shit and that
Yeah.
are trying to make that command or that Navy better every day, it's heavy. Freaking learn to hate mirrors because you have to look yourself in that son bitch. And then the weight of the world, it seems on your shoulder, even though it's the way of that command, but it seems like the weight of the world is on your shoulders when you're trying to do a better job or you're trying to make something better than what you got.
Right.
So yeah, it's heavy as hell.
Yeah. But so far I've been enjoying it. I have some great sailors too, so I don't say it's heavy because of them. I just say that the responsibility is heavy.
Yeah, we got to go to a shout out to the Wheelers, the Wheeling Nailers hockey team.
Yeah.
We got to go to the command. Jamie was there with some of our sailors. There's an Air Force there, I think Army there, or whatever. And Jamie's XO got to basically enlist some delayed entry program kids, right?
On Veterans Day.
On Veterans Day
which
at
was
the hockey game.
super cool experience. I hope they remember that for a long time.
That is huge. They didn't do like that when I was in depth. But
Yeah.
I tell you what, they take hockey serious around here.
On another level, I still don't. So here's the thing. So they get into this fight, right? And they're fighting, and they're the whole team. So there's like a fight over here and a fight over there, and the whole team's like pushing back and forth, and they're throwing like blows.
Oh, you guys are like back and forth. Like if you ever played those old like Nintendo games, ice hockey, whatever, and they're punching each other, Blades of Glory back in the day.
They're getting
punching
under the armor
crazy.
or
It's
whatever you call it, the
awesome.
padding. They're like hitting the stomach, the abdomen area, and holy cow! I was like, I was watching the refs because I was thinking they're going to stop it. All they did was move the hockey sticks out of the way. They moved the pucks out of the way, and they just let them go at.
Do you know what the best part was?
What?
The stadium had music for fighting. They played music for the fight. Man, so it's encouraged, and everybody goes, "Yeah, there's a fight, yeah." And then these people started fighting, and then I'm like concentrating on that. I look, these other people are fighting.
Yeah.
And the second fight is better than the first fight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like in high school when you saw a fight, you're like, fight, but it's okay because it's allowed.
Because it's like a thing.
It's sanctioned. It's perfect. It's okay. Just go in the penalty box for a couple minutes, you come out.
Yeah. And then they, they come on the speaker and they're rounding up all of these like minutes of penalties and stuff. I don't know what the heck it means, but each team got like 18 minutes.
Yeah. It's crazy. It was a melee.
But it evened it out. So I don't really even know what happened. They just continued to play the game.
But I'm not gonna lie, when we were in Corpus together, right?
Yeah.
I went to a couple hockey games. They had the Corpus Christi Ice Rays or Rays or whatever. I didn't get into it because it was hard for me to get into it because you're in Corpus Christi.
Right. Well, we don't know nothing about ice or nothing.
Yeah, we were in Corpus Christi.
Right.
So the people
Corpus
that go to these games
Texas,
really don't know shit about anything cold.
No.
These boys up here. And we're not in Pennsylvania. We're on the border in West Virginia.
I will say that the people that were playing, they were all from like northern states. And
but the
Canada.
fans, I'm talking about the fans.
Yeah, the fans, we didn't know what the heck we were doing. We were just there.
We're like, why the hell are you on skates on the ice?
Yeah. But they were polite down there. They weren't hitting each other.
No, down here it's a different level, man. Fans are banging and yelling at the wrist, get the hell out the way and try to watch the game,
And they're hitting the glass. And
I'm like, holy
and boats. My BM2 Heath.
BM2 is ridiculous. I like it. But his passion
for the game
made me enjoy the game more.
Yeah. So we were down about to walk out on the ice for this enlistment ceremony, and we just happened to be next to the opposing team, Kalamazoo, whatever they.
No, the opposing team. The first, they're talking about the recent game yesterday.
The red team, yeah.
Yeah, that was Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo. So we just happened to be next to their dugout or whatever they call it. And this dude starts inching his way over, and he sees a couple of them like poking their heads out, and he starts inching his way over, and we're like, "You're in uniform," because he was going over there to talk shit to.
Oh my god! And he was in his blues, freaking outlaw. But that
bosun's mates, man, rowdy for no reason.
Love it, but that kind of passion makes me enjoy the game. Like the first time we went, because Jamie had a little, what do you call it, team building. We all went out as a division,
as an office,
as an office to the game, and it was her and her sailors and me, and We were on the ice. We were like on the window,
right next to the penalty box.
penalty box for the other team, which is even better. And then the glass where you bang on it, and Boats was constantly banging on that glass, constantly. Dude, that got me motivated.
Yeah.
It woke me up. And then they had Frosty Fridays, so like $1 or $2 for a beer, and it was like Natty Light or something. But anyway, I took full advantage.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, and it was great. I loved it. I was, had my buzz on and
Banging on the glass.
and then telling the rest to get the hell out of my way. I'm trying to watch the damn game.
And then anytime they got in the penalty
I was
box,
talking shit to her, banging on their glass. Yeah, like, what you doing, fucker? Hey.
you suck. You suck. Yeah, it is
was
crazy. I love how whenever they announce like the home team, they're like the Willing Nailers.
The Kalamazoo.
Boo.
They whisper the other team's name.
And everybody boos when they say that.
Oh, God. Well,
It's hardcore.
The Nailers got pyro.
They do.
They got
So
pyro.
they're the minor league of the Pittsburgh Penguins,
Okay.
and Kalamazoo is the minor league of the
Detroit?
Capitals.
Where are they out of? DC?
Wherever Kalamazoo is, I don't know.
Oh, it's Michigan.
Yeah, so they're the minor league of the.
It ain't Detroit. Detroit's not the Capitals.
What are you talking about, Detroit?
Because Michigan, I figured they were in.
No, they're the minor league for the Capitals.
Yeah, I was
the major league.
I figured they were close to where their.
Oh, okay. So anyway, those two are rivals, the Penguins and the Capitals.
Oh, so those
therefore,
two are rivals.
yeah, therefore, the
God.
minor league teams. That's why there was so much friction last
There's a lot of
time.
hate.
A lot of hate. They were tripping each other with their little sticks, and they.
They're hockey sticks, I called them.
Yeah,
Little sticks.
their
Little sticks.
And one guy was like pushing on another guy, and he pushed him so hard he just fell down and slid across.
Yeah, but he hopped right back up. Those guys, when they slide, look, first of all, I don't get on ice skates for a reason.
First of all, Heath was like, "How does everybody know how to skate around here?"
I'm like everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can get on their ice skates and go down there and like play the games. They play at
or they like
between
shovel
periods,
the
or shovel the
stuff,
shit.
yeah.
And Boats was like, dude, because he's from the area. He goes, we grew up on ice skates. I'm like, bullshit. Nobody grows up. He goes, yeah, if it snows and it freezes, you grow up on ice skates.
That's nuts. We're gonna have to try it this year.
Well, I know. I grew up barefoot.
Well, I grew up.
I mean, running around barefooted. I remember when I bought my parents bought me my first pair of shoes.
No, you did
I
not.
do. No, I remember.
Oh my god.
I'm country. Baby, you think you country? I'm country.
I had shoes.
Wow, shoes are overrated. It was always 80 degrees. You didn't get shoes.
Who remembers their first pair of
I
shoes?
remember they were little. It was like I remember because Velcro came later. They were little tie shoes. You had to tie them, and I couldn't tie shoes, so my mom always had time for it. I remember that shit.
And before that moment, you were always barefoot.
I remember like running out barefooted all the time
Okay.
until I was like 4.
That's weird.
That's country, baby.
Yeah, it is.
You think you country?
That's
I'm-
some backwoods swamp people type Marsh Girl. Speaking of, we just watched this
Oh.
Crawdad Sing movie with the Marsh Girl.
where the crawdads sing.
Yeah, that was actually a really good movie.
It was a chick flick from hell, but it was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
So
Based
good.
off a book. It was produced by Reese Witherspoon, who's like the ultimate chick flick actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was good. No, it was actually
If we're
pretty good.
looking for a little
But you think about it, right? You think of a title
feel good story.
where the crawdads sing.
Uh-huh.
You don't think what state you think of?
Well, first of all, we don't say crawdad.
But what do you think of?
Louisiana.
Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
No, they were in North Carolina. They got crawdads up there. Listeners.
Apparently they got
Listeners.
crawdads up here in Pittsburgh, so
Listeners, please hit me up if you're in the North Carolina area and you got crawdads. I just not believe in it.
well, they didn't show one dang
They
crawdad
didn't
the
show
entire
one
time.
effing crawdad the whole movie.
So I don't know what the point of that was.
But Marsh Girl, give it to her. She was on her own for like 10 or 15 years as a little girl, and she did it.
Yeah. She made do with on grits and mussels.
She'd go out there in that marsh and dig them mussels up and then trade them into the local store
For
But-
grits.
for grits.
And
Yeah.
I'd have just eaten the mussels if it was me.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
I'd rather have mussels and grits.
The grits will stick to your bones.
I don't know. Mussels aren't that great.
Muscles don't stick to your bones.
Do you remember that time Caleb caught those mussels down there in the poncha train and we cooked them?
Yeah.
They weren't that good.
Well, that's because it was the Ponce train.
Maybe so. Maybe I got some kind of disease now. I got some flesh-eating virus.
Ponce train was something.
Yeah.
There was
exactly.
dolphins in there, alligators, sharks, and all kinds of weird things.
Right. So, baby, I know you can't talk about it too much
Yeah.
about your season, but you can talk about what you learn.
Well, like I said, I learned a lot about myself.
What did you learn that you didn't know before?
My biggest takeaway, and might ruin some people's seasons here, but my biggest takeaway was that, and my sponsor, shout out Shannon, my sponsor told me this, because as you're going through all of this and you're trying to become the chief, right, and you're learning all of this stuff and you're doing all of these things, sometimes you feel like you got to be something else.
Right.
And the biggest takeaway was, I'm enough. And that was huge for me as a leader, as a person. It like took all kinds of like weight off of my shoulders, because I was trying to be this, I don't know, picture in my head of what a chief should be. And the biggest thing that I learned was that I was enough.
Right. I like that.
Yeah.
It's true, though. That's true. I like that. Because because you're brought up in the Navy, especially as an enlisted person, that these people that make this rank of chief, E7 in the Navy, that they're like some kind of like blessed by God or some oracle that made them this.
Ordained
by God. That, and they're just you in the future.
Yep.
And they're no different than anybody, except they have all that knowledge from years of doing stupid shit, years of screwing up, learning, trial and error, that make them. And that's, if you look at it, right, that's any job. You always have these people that be in this job, even though they're not the CEO, but they're respected by the CEO because they have the knowledge and they've been through the shit and they've gone through the process of screwing up, picking up the pieces and carrying on. And that's just what the chief is. It's that knowledge from trial and error. Right? 200 in a mess, got 200 plus years of knowledge, but not because they were perfect. Far from it. It's the opposite.
Right.
They were flawed and they recovered.
Yeah, and just like in everything in the Navy, every instruction, every guidance, everything that we go by is written in blood, right? It's written after somebody has messed up and we learn our lesson and we say, let's not do that thing again.
Yeah, that was stupid. Let's not do that again.
Yeah. So it's that kind of knowledge that keeps the chief mess strong. It's that kind of knowledge that no, I did that before, that didn't work. Let's in the networking.
Yeah.
That was another big takeaway for me, was that when you notice that you need help, you ask for help, and then there's just this group of people that can help you get across,
Yeah.
So definitely. That was huge.
Yeah, it helped me out a lot throughout my career, especially after I made chief, because I asked a lot of help because I knew I was a dumbass. It ain't about being smart, it's about surrounding yourself with smart people.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I think that's a good takeaway, because that's kind of what you should take away. And I think that's it's going to make you better in the future.
100%.
So how is it now?
So recruiting's hard.
Yeah, sucks.
That's nationwide,
That's
y'all.
the reason I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's nationwide. We're in a different climate than Navy recruiting, Marine recruiting, Air Force, all of them, Army. None of us have ever seen a climate this way. And we're all struggling the same, the kids are different. The primary markets that we're going to, age 17 to 21, they have a different mindset. We're coming out of COVID, and quite honestly, COVID affected a lot of things. I know you spoke on this on the last podcast with Chance, right?
Yeah. Talk a little about
it talked
COVID.
about how it affected the schools, but it also affected our young people.
I talked about more about how it affected if you were already in the Navy on a ship.
Yeah, but our young people that are graduating high school age and workforce age, it has affected them as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're scared. A lot of them. Even though most of them have had it before, because there's very few people that didn't catch it. There's a
Right.
few out there. Don't get me wrong. I know a few that didn't catch it, but most people have caught it, and most people are okay from it, especially if you were young.
But
still,
the way we work, the
Yeah.
way the nation works changed.
Oh,
So
yeah.
a lot of people discovered that they can work from home. They can
A lot of people discovered, hey, I really don't do shit here, and they were let go.
yeah, or hey, I can be on YouTube and make all of this money. Why would I want to join the Navy? You know,
Yeah.
or it's just it really changed the
Even though
mindset.
that's such a small percentage of people that make money off of YouTube,
Right.
it's very small.
Or the what's that? The Dogecoin, the
Yeah, that's still a small
cryptocurrency.
percentage,
Yeah.
and you know, you have a better percentage once you just buy lottery tickets. That's about
And I
it.
think what happened with COVID, and I could be wrong, I'm no analyst or anything, but I think what happened with COVID is that we saw our nation, we saw our workforce continue while everybody was in the house. And so the desire to go out and to go to boot camp, the desire to go out and protect the nation is not there because they can be hunkered down and still survive.
Well, I'm gonna make a darker. Well, I'm gonna cast a dark shadow over it. That's what I do. But I think people saw they were getting paid sitting on their ass. Be honest, there's a lot of people got paid pretty well sitting on their ass for a long time, doing nothing, and that's a fact. I mean, you know, I just look at the facts, right? So McDonald's giving you $1,000 to come work for them, sign-on bonus. I mean, when in the history of our world did McDonald's ever give anybody a sign-on bonus?
Yeah.
People are still paying their bills. There's got to be a reason why.
Well, and a lot of the kids I talked to today is like, I just want to stick around here.
Yeah,
I don't want to go off, and it's scary, right? To go off.
it is.
And
And this area reminds me a lot of like Louisiana, where the family roots are deep because it's similar. I mean, we go from swamp rats to hillbillies. I mean, really. I mean, not against the people. I love the people here, but it's just that they're country people.
yeah,
And they go from, you know, we were
the
used
roots
to
run deep.
run deep. You know, we were in the swamps, you know, in southeast Louisiana. Then we moved up to southwest Pennsylvania, and which is, I mean, I love the hills; they're beautiful. But there's a lot of people that grew up here, been here since shit. You're talking about old, been here since the 1700s, back because you know this is one of the 13 colonies.
Yeah.
This is the birthplace of America.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people that's had families here since then, and they don't want to leave. And you know what? I totally get that. But you know, me and Jamie, you know, from joining the military and taking that leap of faith, really, and then busting our ass, we were able to do well for ourselves.
Yeah, and I think that the sense of pride, the pride of service, is gone.
A lot of it
There's
is.
no, and I've said this. I think we need a new campaign, for the Navy because we need to start instilling what it means to fight for freedom. You know, I think back to that YouTube video that talks about Francis Scott Key and the you know, how he came to write the Star Spangled Banner.
Right.
And it was George Washington that said that the thing that sets the American Christian apart from any other person in the world is that he would rather die on his feet than live on his knees.
Yeah.
And that sense of patriotism, that sense of like, we've got to keep this country free, has gotten lost in the sauce somewhere.
It has in a way, but then I look at like we did that. Caleb's fifth grader, and he, you know, his elementary school had a Veterans Day, and the pride they put into that Veterans Day ceremony. You got 6-year-olds singing entire songs.
Yeah.
You know, Caleb's older, his class, you know, singing, but you know, it depended on how old they were, how much they sang. But these little kids, these little first graders, kindergartners, are singing these songs. and they put pride, and the teacher and the faculty put pride in the teaching of that.
Yeah, that did give
And-
me hope.
And then I'm like, holy cow, that really hit me. Not so much of the ceremony, but the work they put into it is what I thought about. And it was a great ceremony. Don't get me wrong; it was awesome. But what floored me was the work those little kids
In
put into
the
it.
what they're trying to instill in those
And
children.
right? I mean, you had kids wearing little paper mache hats that said, "We love you, veterans," and it was just I was in awe. I'd never seen anything like it.
Now, I will say that about this area. I get my hand shooken
oh,
10, 12, 11 times a day, right? 10, 12, 11, 10, 12, 20
crazy.
times a day,
Yeah.
right? But they thank me for my service, but where is that? Where is that want to serve?
Right. Which, well, I've seen people look at you like, "What are you doing in your husband's uniform?" Some old
Are
school.
you a
cat.
wave?
Are you a wave?
I've
Like a-
never seen a chief look like that. That's what one of the guys said at the parade.
Oh, really? Oh,
They didn't look like that in my day.
yeah. They over there. You over there what, shaking your butt?
No.
Oh.
What are you
What the fuck
shaking
you
my
doing?
butt?
Do I need to go to these parades with you?
Oh my God.
Oh God. Anyway, no, but Jamie's 100% correct. The love for the military here is strong, but I guess most of the pride for service seemed like they died. It died like maybe 10 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, or maybe 5 to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like it's like the biggest wave of enlistments came September 11th, after September 11th.
Well, yeah,
It was
because
huge.
we were one at that
Oh,
point
yeah.
against one common enemy.
And I think a lot of it, and it bothers me, like, when Trump was in office, there was people, hey, I'm not going to swear allegiance to him. And then when Biden got in office, I'm not swearing allegiance to him. It's like, you're not swearing allegiance to any one person.
Right. It's
You're
the
swearing
Constitution.
allegiance to the Constitution that great men, smarter than we are, 240, whatever, 46, 47, 48 years ago, wrote down on a piece of paper and made it so. So it's not Biden or Trump or whoever that you're swearing allegiance to. It's the Constitution. And I think people get lost in that, because I think our society has got lost in that, a little bit lost. That it's not about who's president. It's about the United States of America. And we're not perfect. We're not. We make a lot of mistakes, but I guarantee you there's no other country on this earth that has done more for humanity than the United States of America. There's a reason immigrants back in the day came in groves to give us life, because we were doing something right. We were like an experiment. We were an experiment. We're the first of our kind.
Yeah.
To do this. And I might sound like a ignorant patriot, but I think that it is the best country on earth by far. I've been around the world.
I think in this whole season, we've been talking about being an inspiring leader and all of this stuff, right? Well, you've been talking, I've been listening, but about how do you inspire people? But I guess what would you say this country needs to impart on our youth to inspire them again?
I don't know. First of all, you turn the fucking TV off. Drop video games. Honestly, I mean, really. And I think there's no better inspiration than lead by example. Then you find that person or those people. Then you look at these people. There's somebody they respect that's given their heart to whatever to what they're passionate about, and people will follow. People follow passion. I believe that. I've always believed that. For the whole time, at least for the whole time I was any kind of leader in the Navy, that people will follow passion. You can't be saying, "Yeah, guys, we got to do this today, and yeah, it's important because the CO wants us to do this, or so and so, even the civilian sector. So the boss wants us to do this." No, you need to come in there like it's the most important thing there is to do, and you got to run with it. You got to lead from the front, not from the back. That's just me.
Yeah.
I believe in passion. What about you?
I would say that just for our youth today, like just maybe opening their eyes to you can be back in our day they would tell us, oh, you can be an astronaut, you could be the president, you could
Yeah.
be this, and you could be
Yeah.
that. And we were like, oh, I could be the president,
That's true, because they didn't settle for mediocrity.
Yeah. And that's something that we're missing possibly.
And you know what? Sometimes, not to bash on the Navy, I love the Navy. I wouldn't have done it for 26 years. But I remember something that, good conduct, gold.
Yeah.
You had to have 12 years of consecutive good conduct, not getting in trouble, not getting basically court-martialed or being proven guilty at NJP or SEALs mass to get gold. 12 years. Now, you just got to do 12 years in the Navy to get gold. That was just the first steps. I knew a guy who was one of the best damn people I ever met. And this dude was 24 years in before he got his gold. I mean, he just made some mistakes. But that didn't change the fact he wasn't a good sailor. Great sailor. One of the best. He just made some mistakes.
I think, well, us that have been in for a while, when you see somebody past 12 that is wearing red, you're like, you came back.
Especially when they're wearing a pretty high rank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you came back.
You did it.
You did it, so I can too. And
You're
it
like-
was almost motivational.
It was an inspiration.
Yeah,
Like, I knew a lot of chiefs, especially back in the day
right.
when I was young, when it wasn't a career suicide to go to mass once. But I knew more red than I did gold. And some of them were in 2 stars. A lot were in 1 star. Some were in no stars. So chiefs, senior chiefs and master chiefs. And for seeing them in red, it was like, you know what? There's a chance. I got a chance. But you see all these people wearing gold, you don't know if they were perfect their whole career or they screwed up and just, you still can wear gold. You don't know.
Yeah.
I think that was a mistake. I do. I think it was a huge mistake.
Transparency and leadership is huge.
Transparency. Golly, baby, you said it.
Yeah.
That was perfect. That's another one that's a big transparency. Don't talk to me like you're perfect when I know damn well you're not.
Right.
Yeah. Transparency is huge. It's one of the most important things because you got to be almost humanized. Because if you're perfect, then you're not human. If you act like you're perfect, then people know it. Either you do nothing but stay in your room all night or you're fucking lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I love transparency. Golly, because it makes you a human.
You're right.
Because we're all erred, we're all screwed, we're all flawed. And somebody ain't like Carl Bashir said, ain't about how many times you get knocked down, it's about how many times you get back up.
Mm.
I've always believed that.
That's true.
So yeah, not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Always.
Yeah. I've had that my whole career.
Yeah, you've been fighting.
Hey, 17 year chief.
Yeah, that's not because you're hard-headed. Thank you, Will.
Sailor's
Thank you,
voice.
Will. Appreciate it. Got me drinking this Blue Bolt 247. Got me all freaking talking shit.
Oh dear.
Baby, you look so pretty sitting across from me.
Thank you.
My partner.
Happy to have me back.
Oh, so happy. It's hard to hold this thing down on my shoulders.
Hopefully the listeners aren't like, oh man, she's back.
Well, who cares what they think? They might, because I am pretty badass. I'm joking.
So modest too.
So modest. So what's next for Jamie?
So I'm working on my DLCPO. So I'm working on coming out of the station, recruiting station level and going to the division level.
Okay, explain, because division to you is not division to me.
Okay, so for recruiting, you've got your recruiters in charge, which is, we used to call them LPO, now we call them ranks.
Like that, you used to call them ranks, and then we call them LPOs. Now they call them ranks again.
Yes. And so I'm just in charge of a station right now. However, if I do well on this DLCPO board, I will be in charge of several stations and several ranks. So at least 4. And that's what a division is. So it's like 4 separate stations.
So you're in charge of, you got 4 ranks that work under you?
Correct.
Of all different pay grades.
Yeah. But you could have like NC1s, you could have non-rates, you could have
Chiefs, it could be Chiefs in first
they
class.
could
It's
be
usually Chiefs in first
Chiefs,
class, right?
And then it's your charge to make goal for the division. So
So basically, you've been a Chief since I'm gonna say breakfast.
yeah.
All right. So you could be working for Chiefs.
I've been pinned since breakfast. I've been a chief for a while.
Okay. So you've been a Chief since breakfast. I'm joking. But you could have Chiefs that made Chief before you working for you.
Correct.
How you handle that? You ready to hammer on them?
No.
You don't do
Of
that,
course
right?
not.
Of course not. All right. I like
Of
that. It's a good
course
answer.
not.
Good answer.
No, I mean the expectation is that, you know, they're for the same prize I am.
We're here for the
We're
W,
here
right?
for the same thing.
Like it.
So let's work together to get there. That's it.
Like it. That's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Very
This
political.
is test time. Quiz.
Good answer. So much has happened, babe. We got a lot of mutual friends. Khaleesi and Hermes got tie the knot again.
And I missed them because I think I was
Oh,
with
you
the
were-
flu or
you were
something.
sick, and when they came down to visit, you were working. You were working.
I was
You were
sick.
still working.
No, I was sick.
Oh, I don't remember. Anyway, you weren't
I
around.
was.
as usual.
So I don't know what's going around. It wasn't COVID.
Anyway, so you caught something, and Hermes and Khaleesi came to town,
Yeah,
and you missed it.
I know. Sad face.
Boo.
Sad.
But they got
super
married.
sad
They got
face.
married in their, around their friends and family.
Congratulations, you crazy guys from Scuttlebutt Pod.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
but I am excited for the show to continue with you in it.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back.
I'm glad you're back, and it was not the same without you. It was hard. That means I had to get extra drunker to come up with good questions.
Extra drunker.
That's not a word, but it's my word today.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I mean,
I
that's a level to how drunk I got.
there's something. I mean, you had to do something.
I did get drunk with Devonde. I didn't get drunk with him, but I got Chance. Oh yeah, I got fucking drunk. Yeah. Yeah, I got drunk. I mean, way too drunk.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, it made for beautiful conversation.
it did.
I only
You
had
did
to
a
edit-
great job.
I only had to edit some out because it was like, yeah, he's drunk. If I was sober listening and was like, I need to edit it out, I edited it out.
Oh, okay.
Because yeah,
It
Chance
was
was
too
fine.
much.
It wasn't Chance. It was all me. But
Yeah.
I didn't edit.
You got
because
out of
Chance.
hand a little bit.
I'm a hot mess, baby.
It's all right. I love you
I
still.
love you too. But here's the deal: we want to drop this episode, and everybody, Jamie's back. We want to talk to her about her.
Guess who's back?
Back again? But her growth through the Navy during her season,
Yeah.
and meeting new people, making new friends. There's nothing like the friends you make when you go through the season together with them, because you guys are in the stuck together. They become lifelong friends.
There's nothing like going through the suck with people. I mean, any
it's huge.
chief season or not.
I went through the suck with your fellow Chief Selects.
Mm-hmm.
They range from ages from 26 to 50.
50.
And it was all walks of life from all parts of the country. And I think it makes you better and stronger. And I definitely I believe in the process. It makes you a better leader. Would you agree?
I agree.
Cool. So I know that it's hard to see that while you're going through it.
Yeah. I was calling it 6 weeks. What did I say? 6 weeks on how to be a chief or something like that.
Yeah. But it's more to it than that.
There is. There
And-
is. On the other side, there's more.
I want to personally thank the Intact Pittsburgh Chiefs Mess for doing a hell of a job. I was really impressed with their whole process, but their final night, man, that was top notch. It was great. Keep it up, guys. You guys killed it. And the CMC over at Pittsburgh, thanks for letting me tag along because we had a good time.
Yeah.
And with that, we wish you
Fair winds.
and following seas.